Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing, sexy Europa Barbarorum 2 for Medieval 2. A mod beyond all mods. A pure soul of it all. Welcome back as we play as Saba tribe that tries to unify the entirety of the Arabia. And of course, gain the most precious thing, the nameless city, which is hidden beyond the valleys and in the vast deserts of this planet. And we are close to it. But first, the main objective for the Saba tribe will be to take control of it all, find our enemies, conquer all those that wish us evil, so we can make peace. But first and foremost, in the last part of this beautiful Let's Play, we have conquered Zafar, destroyed 2 armies there, and lost a general, an actual faction member, a family member, a son of bin Malik Yatamar Malk Saba. His other son, Yada'Il Watar, is a great leader, well, great soldier, actually had some nice battles, one battle, but still a battle is a battle. Nonetheless, a battle is a battle. He lost his brother, sadly, during the battle for Zafar. What I'm trying to look is, again, I tend to forget these things in this in this game, is actually find not the settlement details, but actual family tree. Oh my god, I tend to forget this. Building browser, advisor, show settlement details. That's not a thing, is it? My god, I tend to forget this. Now that's not a right click, demon. It's not a right click. I truly have no idea how to look at the at our beautiful family tree. Let's just look through the financial details, and there it is, demon. There it is. So as you can see, our leader is Malkun. The heir will be his brother. The son that just had a beautiful battle near Zafar won a battle. We do have a daughter of age of 9 and a son of age of 11. Yada'Il Watar died in a battle of 271 BC. There you go, he is dead, the brother of Yada'Il Watar. Halik Bayin has married Kahila Bayin, which is specifically a daughter of our heir. So there is that, age 18, age 29. Imagine that. Good old days. Good old days. So anywho, the biggest problem we have is the low money. We can't actually buy anything. Of course, that's the biggest problem at the start. It would seem for Europa Barbarorum 2 for us. We are playing in a very hard. So there must be something of that is actually screwing us over. But first and foremost, as always, my dearest friends, we will be reading a few things. So I will not be hurrying up as we are moving actual by spy to see exactly what is here. With defeat of this general of Amur, it will be a glorious, General Mashku. It will be a glorious thing for our empire as we will expand onto the Nairan, get as much as possible income. 528 from Timna, we are getting 9 level from Zafar. Imagine that, my dear friends, imagine that. We'll be looking at the rebel, probability of rebellion, due to, of course, well, actually, will the rebellion even do? The garrison is giving us a good thing. Buildings of entertainment, fun and culture, and maintenance of good 5%. But the garrison is the one that is giving us the most of public order. We have unrest, of course, we have conquered them. Culture is completely the good stuff. The Eastern Tribal States, thank you very freaking much. At the moment, the leader himself is our son, it is the son of our king, Luhai Ach Ilyanuf. And for now, that is fine. We shall see what to do down the line, as again, we have no money to upgrade anything, buy anything, but we do have time to see the province of Qataban. That is the Timna in the province of Qataban. Trade goods +1, and again, requirement for TG bonus if necessary. The traveler log I will be reading just because, again, due to amount of love that the modders gave to this mod. You have to honor them in some way, and I'm gonna be at least one that will do that. Periplus Marius Eriothray 2728. I will butcher names, of course, because that's cool. After Eudemon Arabia, there is a continuous length of coast and a bay extending 2,000 stadia or more, along which there are nomads and fish eaters living in villages. Just beyond the cape, projecting from this bay, there is another market town by the shore, Cana, of the kingdom of Elazus, the frankincense country. And facing it, there are two desert islands, one called Island of Birds, the other Dome Island, 120 stadia from Cana. Inland from this place lies the metropolis Sabatha, in which the king lives. All the frankincense produced in the country is brought by camels to the place to be stored, and to Cana on rafts held up by the inflated skins after the manner of the country and in boats. And this place has a trade also with the far side ports, with Barigaza and Scythia, and Omana and the neighboring coast of Persia. There are imported into this place from Egypt a little wheat and wine, as at Musa, clothing in the Arabian style, plain and common, and most of it spurious, and copper and tin and coral and storax, and other things such as go to Musa, and for the king usually wrought gold and silver plate, brought. Also horses, images, and thin clothing of fine quality, and there are exported from this place native produce, frankincense, and aloes, and the rest of the things that enter into the trade of other parts. The voyage to this place is the best made at the same time as that to Musa, or rather earlier. History and stratagem. This province lies on a profitable incense routes, providing additional income. Thank you very freaking much. I think we will again be able to see that in, again, trade, sea export, Memphis, incense, and pitch. I think we did see that before. Now Mariab has the land trade, and Zafar that we have captured goes to Mariab. Gold, incense, and pitch, and Timna, large quantities of grain, incense, and pitch. Thank you very freaking much. So this is it for this very nice beginning. We have 2 ports now, but the problem is we have nobody to trade with, unless we count ourselves for the trade itself. But sadly, for now we do not have anyone to trade. We will see, first and foremost, for ourselves to capture Nairan. That is going to be the main thing. Capture Nairan. The army of possible heir, Luhayach Il Yanuf. Well, they'll be moving, because this is the only army we actually can have at this very moment. Sadly, that's just a fact. But first and foremost, let's see how much loss of public order there is into all this. Let's position ourselves like this. And it's a big loss for this turn. Potential for riots. That means some units, sadly, have to stay. But we might actually send one of our leaders, members, family member, like Halik Bayin, the new family member from a distant family somewhere of Bayins. He might be the new governor of Zafar. which would not be a bad thing at all. And that's exactly what we shall be doing. We shall send someone to govern the province with at least 2 stacks of units, as again we have no ability to buy any of ops to protect our town. We'll be sending some ops. Ops, I'm calling them ops, asps, or quadrupes. I would need more quadrupes. Everybody is an archer. So some asps and 1 quadrupe will go into Zafar and protect Zafar and say to those assholes that actually wanna do bad stuff, hey, you can't do those bad stuff. But sadly, also, we have already done a lot of movement with this army, as we have captured Zafar. We have defeated an army, so our movement is pretty much low, and this is a summertime, if I'm not mistaken. And that's one other thing. And season, it doesn't actually tell me what type of a season is this. Is it a summer season? I do not know. It just says end season. I remember, I think in medieval you had like a season exactly, the sunny, the winter season. Otherwise we can just look at this way and see the exact season. So it's not just okay, so it does have, instead of 2 I think that there were like only 2 seasons, summer and winter, in original medieval. I can't really remember everything anymore. We are at autumn, no less. Interesting. That's cool. That's awesome. At the moment, no bad stuff from autumn season. So no movement penalties. We can cross, well, go down the road or cross the beautiful deserts and hills of Saba. Which one would be the best? Nobody knows. As again, this is all about the war, and war we shall have. Let's go for now down towards Mariab with the main army. And that's gonna be it for this turn. The diplomat himself, the poor bastard, hopefully has enough of everything. Enough of food to cross this massive desert. But gods do give, and gods are many. And there is actually only one for us. Or many even, but actually one specifically that we know. Finding anyone, Eremos, still in Eremos. So again, basically we are still in rebel territory, or the smaller tribes territory, if we're gonna call them like that. And we can end the turn here, my friends, and see what's gonna happen next, but we already know what's gonna happen. We know evil things will happen. The enemy might do evil stuff against us. That massive army on the outskirts of our borders could move in, though again they wouldn't be able to do much. They will have to cross hills and deserts without any roads. Though to be honest, there is like a little road there somewhere, but it is in our territory, to be honest. So there is that. Nairan has no road network that I can see at the moment. So that is a good thing. That means they have no speedy retreat towards Nairan, but still, we shall see how this all goes. The beauty about mods, and the biggest thing to me about Europa Barbarorum 2, is that it gives you a lot of, from what I've seen, a lot of details and more, it's more personal. That's the beauty about mods in general. They can give your games, if the games allow it, a more personal experience. This is why I tend to give biggest yeses towards games like Europa or Paradox games. And of course, CA, Creative Assembly games. They are complex enough to give you many hours of enjoyment, and mods give you even more upon that. But sad thing about Creative Assembly is that they kind of failed, sadly, in modding, for modding community. They failed in their eyes because Modders see that Creative Assembly just can't or won't make modding tools that can change lands and do much more than what they can do at the moment, which is a sad thing. This is gonna be a downfall at some point for Creative Assembly. And while many people will buy DLCs and buy next games that Creative Assembly does, like myself, the fact is mods are not always needed to prolong the life. But if mods were there in the first place since Rome 1, why take it away down the line? Could be that the engine itself is just too archaic at this point, and this Creative Assembly cannot allow themselves to even embarrassingly show in what horrible condition the engine truly is for the modding community. So that could be one of the things. That actually many things could be, you know, pure I don't wanna kind of attitude towards people, towards modders, but hell's bells. And that's why I love Paradox. Even with their new game Imperator Rome, we will see many mods and yes, many DLCs. But compared to Creative Assembly, the Paradox has one big thing, is that their Clausewitz engine, however actually it is called, is a very moddable engine to create new worlds and everything else. Like every single goddamn thing. Sure, they don't have battles of Total War, but for now they're kind of adding more and more for the battle feature, like in the Imperator Rome. The battles are more tactical, so to speak. So I have a feeling that at some point they will be adding some sort of battles, maybe in turn-based mode, like in a small window or some crap. That would be cool. But beyond that, the community will keep those games alive as long as Paradox keeps those games updated. They had 2 failures that I know of, or 3 even. That is the Roma Universalis, and let me see, the Flight of Eagles or something. No, not Flight of Eagles. Fall of Eagles, the Napoleonic Age, and Shogun, if I'm not mistaken. Also a game that was pretty much a precursor to Crusader Kings 2. A very bad game, but there's specific spin-offs that are very bad for Paradox. And those are 3 that I know that failed completely, and they were not successful at all. Of course, those spin-offs had some kind of fans for sure. Someone out there was a fan of those games. And for Creative Assembly, it's a funny thing. Their spin-offs tend to repair the games that damaged them, their reputation at certain points, like Empire Total War was a failure. Then came Napoleon Total War. Then you had Rome 2, a massive fail. And then you had Attila. Attila changed, well, added. That it was basically, sorry, this is a game you have to buy again. A smaller scope or a different era, but it's the thing you wanted in the first place. Sadly again, but Attila is a fantastic game. And Napoleon was a fantastic game, is a fantastic game compared to the Empire. But in a smaller sense than the Empire Total War, for instance. So the Empire, for me at least, and Rome 2, I wouldn't play without mods. This is the basic gist of these modders and all that. Creative Assembly needs modders to fix the problems they did as much as possible, but the platform that CA is building their games on is too old, and it's not gonna hold for long, like Bethesda with their own engine, which is dying like nobody's bitch. You need a new engine and possibly moddable engine. And that's all I want to actually say at the end of the day. This prolonging the video, but who gives a fuck? Nobody watches this anyway. So again, the year of history 271 BC. Athena something. Is there anything about us? Something about pro-Macedonian tyrant. Antigonus, Macedonia, Macedonia. Okay, well that's fine. Nothing about us. I don't think we'll be even finding anything here in history for us, as we are nobodies. But you look at this, minus 4,581 now, not 6,000 or anything like that. We are slowly going down, slowly but surely, and thankfully, that's not a determined, like, the detrimental point in losing this campaign. Like in the later Total War games, you're gonna fucking lose just because you're on a very hard or legendary difficulty, and the public order is just gonna plummet immediately due to the difficulty. So Halik Bayin is gonna be a governor of Zafar for now, as of course we have taken. It is winter. It says it's winter here now, so it's winter. Okay. Yeah, of course, the turn has changed. After all, it's turn by turn. It's winter time. And during the winter, movement restrictions are possible this season. Forced marching. And a popular general, no less. Interesting. These are two new traits I'm seeing. Even flaccid. But let's see the popular general. This man generously distributes the spoils of war among his soldiers, justly rewarding those who deserve it most. It makes him popular, and men are eager to serve under his command, at least for the time being. It gives him +1 command and 10% discount on recruiting. And forced marching. This general has recently been forcing his men to march at their maximum speed. This forced marching may have deleterious effects on troop morale and the general's own mood. Resting them will reverse this effect. Well, at the moment we're not going for a massive battle at the moment, even though we are close to one of the enemy armies. The one of the enemy armies that we shall be looking at, if possible. Let's get into 62%, 60%. Let's see 62% into the rebel nomad camp of Nairan. That's actually a camp. Interesting. A camp with a coastal trading settlement. And a lot of stuff. And they only have 20 eastern tribal states and 75 arid nomadism. Okay, interesting. So let's enter here, and hopefully our beautiful hero Yusuf Namran doesn't die like a little bitch. 62%, baby, come on, give it to me. Yes, yes, you don't have to open the gates. There are no gates there. There are no gates at all. Why you have failed me is the real question. Not like really needed to see it, but come on, he needs a little bit of XP. Trait increase to Malkun, our king, established leader. Merely surviving at the helm of his people is something that lesser men could have hardly achieved. His success so far proves his right to rule, and his authority has risen accordingly. Increased authority. Let's see, Malkun. Does the retinue does not, we didn't get anything retinue wise. So increased authority. Getting older, he is 54. Malk Saba, well supplied, flaccid also. So again, -1 to fertility, which is a bad mojo. A very bad mojo. But we already have a son, though not an heir to the throne of Saba. He will rule well, because that's exactly what we'll be doing with them. We are the hand of God, after all. We, the player. Yusivum Namran has died. He was a failure, sadly. We have no more agents, so this is it for us. What I'm gonna go is charge towards the possibility of victory. I am a little bit worried what the enemy has, but to be honest, I think the victory will be ours. We will not follow the road. Let's go across the deserts and the hills of our glorious land with our son. Thank you very much. Stay where you are and wait. The enemy might charge at you. If he does, you will win for us, for the great people, for the Sabath tribe. Our people will be grateful. Very grateful. The thing I do also want to see, and also, by the way, I'm gonna remove... I will remove Yada'Il Watar. Though he... Okay, so Yada'Il Watar has a better governance than his father, bin Malik, it would seem. Or at least both of them in the same spot give a better governance. Man grown, excellent addition, jobs worth. Minus 10% to tax income. So you would fail me if he is in the settlement, would seem. Yes, okay, it's okay. You will go and help the heir, well, possible heir, possible heir of Saba tribe, though your father is the heir. I don't know if we can actually change that unless he dies. You know, if his father dies, the father of Yada'Il Watar, that's the thing. That is the thing. That's all we can really do at this turn. Let's end again the turn. We'll see what's gonna be happening. Though we are very close to the end of this video anyway, I'm trying to lower this as much as possible. Enjoy these little chats I'm gonna have with you people. So there is that. As you can see, those little things I wanted to read. I mean, there are a lot of beautiful little things, little lore that I really love that they put into this. Like for gold. Let's just read for the gold, because this is basically for every single gold deposit. The same little thing. Gold. This area has large deposits of gold. It is great value and scarcity makes it highly prized all around the world. Imagine that. Basileus Philippos II of Macedonia and his son Megas Alexandros financed their wars in Greece and Asia, mainly thanks to the 1,000 talents per year generated from the gold mines of Pangenion. Possession of a gold deposit such as this can finance a large campaign or augment the prestige and prosperity of a whole people. So there is that. Possibly, again, we do not have traders, so I'm guessing each one of these things is just adding. And we know that we have the pitch and the gold and all that, right? We do have those things. Let me again see the trade summary. Yes, gold, larger quantities of grain. Though I don't see the pitch, though again the pitch might be, okay, my bad. The pitch is actually, is it, yes, the pitch, no it is, no it is here. It is after all in Saba. We have pitch and incense. Oh well, doesn't really matter. I wanted to see the exact, like, the effects, and I'm not seeing those two as a trade or anything, but again, maybe because Timna already has the large deposits of it. That is the Quataban. We have the incense, so I'm guessing it kind of negates that you don't have to trade between the towns and stuff like that, so it doesn't really show on the trade panel, so that could be it. So at the moment, again, we do not see the merchants, so there is that. At least not for us, maybe for the other factions there is. Let's end this again turn. Our beautiful trader, diplomat. He might be a trader if he succeeds in some trading with the other tribes. If at least our possible enemies. I would like Seleucid to be my allies, truly. So I would love that. They are a great faction with a lot of money. And any type of Indian tribe would be a good thing to have. So they're just basically running in between. This is a good thing. Why? Because we could attack them and they wouldn't have any reinforcements from Iran. And with that, the victory would be assured in Iran. A bride presented, betrothed Yada'Il Watar. Oh my god, he is going to war and might die. To Tautan Amar Watar. A young woman for a good family has proposed a potential partner for his man. Do you give consent to the marriage? Of course, we have no idea what her traits are. Can we see it any other way? No. Well, we will do it. He does not have a wife, if I'm not mistaken. Unless there is a possibility of having more wives than one. Unless that's a marriage celebration of Faram and Tautawan. And there you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful thing, of course, always to see. Where's the goddamn family tree? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. I tend to forget the family tree. Hey, minus 3,000. My god, and we are going down and it's fine. It's beautiful. And now he has a wife. He has a wife, though. His brother, which is dead, cannot have a wife. Imagine that. Age 14. Good job, man. Those are sweet, sweet years. My first love was age of 14. I was 14 then also. But anywho, good job. You might die, so make babies if possible. It would seem your sister ain't doing that well. They're age 19. The heir is him. Is there a possibility, like changing? Locate selection on the map or changing him to the heir? Is it like, I think they said like it might be able to select a different heir if I press this. Excellent. 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 We have changed that Luhail Yanuf, Luhail, and then our friend and son of our king has become a next heir, probably. We've taken the title from the brother, which is fine, and that's a good thing. A possible heir, that's a good thing. I wish you the very best, guys. I wish you the very best. Like that little fanfare we had like when we selected that. That's cool shit. That's cool. I wish you the very best. Next time, more drugs, and as always, the amazing Europa Barbarorum 2, the greatest all-war mod of all time.